On Masters of Spin this morning, damned if you do, damned if you don't. The conundrum over Sydney's New Year's Eve fireworks. Sydney City Council decided it's simply too risky to have nearly 1 million people turn out, so decided they will not go ahead. But then the New South Wales Premier stepped in saying they will go ahead without the crowds and we can all watch it on TV.
It will be a very toned down affair, but I do feel we can and should try to make something occur that evening, given what 2020 has been like. And I think a bit of hope and optimism is important for our soul and our positive thinking for next year, and that's what the government is intending to do.
That's a hard one. Our Masters of Spin are here at Brecky Central, advertising and marketing experts Matthew Bywater and Dee Madigan. Welcome to you both. My initial concern was that people are still going to get together and watch this, and mostly if you've got a multi-million-dollar view, if, you know, we're keeping people out of, those public areas. But I get her point that she wants to lift spirits. You advise premiers. Dee, what do you think?
I would do it a different way. I think if I had $6 million, do a lotto where there's $60,000 $100 dinner vouchers that, you know, anyone in New South Wales can have anywhere, and spread it out over the state instead of sort of something that's, you know, hey, watching fireworks on TV is not the same as being there anyway. I think I do get the hope and optimism thing. I think there is a better way to do it.
What are your thoughts, Matthew?
Yeah, I can't agree with this one, Dee. We're going to miss the local activity of about $130 million of the business activities. We're going to miss that because we're not going to have the crowds. But there's 1 billion people watch this around the world. So it's a 12-minute uninterrupted ad that we can't... I mean, that's priceless. That's priceless.
But they can't come here anyway.
Yeah, but it's going to be shown. So to start off the new year, there's fireworks going to be on 1 billion people's TV sets around the world. I mean, that's just a huge,
You
huge
think then that
economic
people are sitting at home if they're in New York and they go, OK, Sydney's on my #1 list
when travel resumes.
When travel resumes, yeah.
Interesting.
Now, do-it-yourself ads, there's been a bit of a backlash suffered by a Brisbane car dealership. Have a look at this.
Master Month keeps the savings cracking deals us on all month. 4 massive weekends, how will you keep up?
We won't go through the comments online, apart from one that says, as funny as awkward as these ads are, they are actually working. Dee, a shout out to the team at Grand Prix Mazda in Aspley, but because we're here talking about it, right? What do you think?
I love it. Like, if I was shopping for a car, I would think, do you know what, that place, they've obviously got a good staff culture. If you can get your staff to do that, you know.
Totally.
But also that they're prepared to maybe go a little bit further than other people. I think this is really great. I love it.
Yeah, Matthew, what's your advice to businesses who want to make their own ads? They almost have to be, like, don't try and make them good.
Yeah, don't be too professional. And that's part of... For local business, like any business, you're looking for authenticity, you're looking for trust, you're looking for expertise, and you can do that very, very well without being too professional about it. So that can actually work for them.
So the cringe factor can be vital. It's not too polished. Yeah. Is that right?
Just be careful with brand with cars. Something like cars, which are kind of a high-end expense for most of us. You know, you've got to be careful you don't look too quirky.
Yeah, but you don't want
some...
You're worried about sort of being ripped off and things like that, whereas these people, they seem kind of nice. They seem like they'd be honest.
I did one of those joke dances for our wedding, you know, because I didn't want to do a wedding dance.
Can I get a copy of it?
It turns out I was so bad that I had to get a friend who was a choreographer, to come in and show me some moves, and I said, because I don't want it to look polished or anything. She said, oh, don't worry.
Don't worry, you'll be right.
You're good.
I'm going to get into having a look at some of the outtakes of that, Monique, and share it with Australia.
Shocking, really bad. Now, we've seen some Uber Eats ads here. They've starred Magda Szubanski, Kim Kardashian, Leighton Hewitt, Rebel Wilson. They're all getting on board. In the US, they're getting Luke Skywalker versus Star Trek's Captain Picard, also known as Mark Hamill and Patrick Stewart.
Stewart. So it's come to this. Thank you. Bravo.
Careful, Hamill. Daddy's not here to save you.
Oh, I am my daddy.
What did you think, Matt?
I like it. I think it's really, really good. And they've done well here because they've often mixed up genres and different types of celebrities to have a broad appeal. And that, even though it's made for the US market, it doesn't matter. Star Trek fans, Star Wars fans, they're going to spread that virally.
I think there's a danger, though. Like, everyone, you look at those ads, you know they're expensive.
Yeah.
And then you get restaurants saying the Uber business is destroying our restaurant business, and you know that the drivers aren't being paid well. I think there's a danger of a backlash. Because they're so obviously expensive.
Interesting. Yeah, you can certainly see both sides. Thank you very much to both of you for the thoughts this morning. Much appreciated.